Josh here from DIYmusicmovement.com. This is the 15-minute band builder. We're into our module 9 now. This is module 9.1. It's the extension of the previous module on social media for musicians. Today we're going to be looking at what's some processes and uses for different social media tools. And in the previous module we did look over the tenets of social media. So if you wanted to find out what is making up the social media universe as a quick overview, I'd just go back and watch module 9 now, and then come back to this module and we'll dive a little bit deeper into what exactly a band or a musician, a independent record label, manager, agent, anyone like that, or even just someone helping out the band in their own time, can do to build a band's profile online in 2013 and beyond. We'll start with the 3 essential sites. These became all even more powerful players in 2012, so that's why I'm looking at them as being the 3 essentials for a band. With these 3 tools, you could even sit on these for a couple of months without having your own website and develop quite a strong following just by using these free tools, which we talked about in the previous modules. One of the most powerful things is that the majority of social media tools are free, and those sites are Facebook. We all know Facebook fan pages, YouTube channel, which can feed through into Facebook as well, and also Twitter. So they're the 3 essentials that I feel that, particularly if you wanted to avoid having a website for a while because you weren't ready to go into a full content marketing and blogging and podcasting or whatever it is you're planning on doing with your website, you can still build quite a strong community just with Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we'll start with YouTube. So I'm going to dive straight into it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what exactly these sites are. I'm going to make the assumption that most of the people watching this will probably be watching it on YouTube or a version of a YouTube video anyway, so you have some idea what you're looking at. So these are the 7 keys to YouTube. Now this is an aggregation of music marketing literature, watching other music marketing videos, reading books, as well as piles and piles of internet marketing and lead generation material that I've absorbed. And also just from my own experience with my own bands, what I think the 7 keys to YouTube are, or getting a return on investment out of it. So the time you put into making the videos, obviously, there's a little bit more time involved in utilizing YouTube, as opposed to maybe a Facebook status that could take 10 seconds, or a tweet could take 3 seconds, depending how long it is. So you want to get something back out of YouTube. So here are the 7 keys, I think, to leveraging YouTube for how powerful a platform it is. That's to make your channel name your actual band's name. So take your time when you do this. If you were to Google how to set URL on YouTube, in YouTube itself, there's plenty of good videos. Just make sure once you do it that you actually spell the name correctly on the channel. So when I say the URL or the name, you might call the channel a Candela Lie, which is the name of one of my bands. And then we want our channel to actually be youtube.com/user, which everyone generally uses a URL, /a Candela Lie, spelt correctly. So make sure you take your time to do that. Spend some time naming your videos. Make sure the videos are keyword rich, as I've called them there. That basically means you want people to be able to search your videos out, so include your band's name, maybe something to do with the genre. If you happen to be playing a cover song in that particular video live or whatever, include that name. Obviously, if it's a more famous song, it'll be getting some traffic anyway, you would imagine. And just so everyone does know, YouTube is the #1 search engine for music in the world. More people look to YouTube online for their discovery of new music and or to rewatch music and enjoy a catalogue than anywhere else at the moment. So it's a pretty big player in the music space. And you want to make sure that your videos can be found by people, regardless of how great they are. If you haven't given them a title that makes sense to people when they're looking at just the title and the thumbnail as to what the video's about and the genre and the style and what the name of your band is, if you happen to have some level of popularity already, you're kind of underutilizing the platform. So make sure you do take the time to give your YouTube videos a good title and make it relevant to the top, what people might actually be searching. If you're a progressive rock band, like some of my bands, and we know that some of our fans might be searching progressive rock bands, or a band that sounds like Tool, for example, we might actually put that into our subject title. An example of that might be A Candela Lie plays their song Road to Omega fans say it sounds like Tool, or for fans of Tool, or something like that. Not that that particular song is that Toolish, but that's just an example. Next is to include your .com website or hyperlink and or Facebook, if that's all you have at the moment, as the very first item in your description, so it shows up on every platform, regardless of screen size and regardless of how much of that YouTube app is actually cut off. You want people to be able to find your website from YouTube as a great source of traffic back to your actual site. So make sure you include that there. Always fill out the description section, obviously, as well as putting a hyperlink to your website in there. When I say hyperlink, I mean to include the http:// and then your .com or .net or whatever you've decided to go with. You want to put an actual description in there that tells people about what they're going to find in the video. If there's any special moment in the video which you think might actually grab people's attention. For example, if halfway through the video your singer jumps off the stage and dances with someone in the crowd and it's really funny, or the whole band falls over because there's an earthquake right in the middle. You don't know what's going to happen in the video, but you do want to tell people, so that's maybe an even more advanced strategy, is to have time markers in a live clip, particularly if you were to break into a famous riff from another song or something halfway through the video that people might want to see. It's just to put some time markers in there, tell people about what it's going to sound like, even maybe chuck some of the lyrics in there as well, just so people know exactly what they're listening to if the sound isn't completely perfect. Okay, the next is to tag your videos with keywords that will drive traffic to the video organically over time. Basically, you get an option to tag your videos, which is how part of the YouTube search algorithm works. So you can put as a tag your genre name, your music style, maybe the equipment brands that you use. If it happens to be a Fender guitar or a Gibson, or you're playing Marshall amps or anything like that, you can put that as a meta tag. The name of the venue, other bands that you may sound like, even if you don't think that you sound like them. If one of your fans says, geez, you guys remind me of, I'll use the Tool example again. Geez, you guys remind me of Tool in a Perfect Circle. They might be good tags to have in your meta tags if you think they're at all appropriate. Obviously, you don't want to be seen to be loading your videos up with descriptive tags that have absolutely no relevance to your video, just trying to steal traffic. Certain genres and certain types of fans probably aren't going to appreciate that all that much when they see that sort of thing going on online. Because if you were to look at your phone and look at the YouTube app, you can actually see a lot of these extra descriptive tags that people give their own videos. So another one is always to respond to comments. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time responding and dealing with really negative people. There'll always be negative people on YouTube. Just seems to go part and parcel with it. They're known as trolls online. You don't have to spend too much time dealing with them. Just be polite. If they don't respond positively, just move on. And just make sure you're giving as much energy as you can to the people that are supporting the channel, are commenting, that are sharing the videos, that are actually fans of the band. And always choose a thumbnail that stands out. When YouTube offers you the chance to have a thumbnail, you want to choose something that really, really grabs people. An example again, if we go back to your singer doing crazy things, maybe there's one particular thumbnail where your singer has blood all over his face. That might be a lot more appealing when you actually take that URL or the embed code and redistribute that through Google Plus and Facebook and whatever other social networks you're using. A really nice thumbnail will definitely get a lot higher click-through rate than anything else. So that one's essential. So remember to choose a eye-catching thumbnail. Okay, we'll move on. So these are 7 more keys to YouTube, just quickly. This might re-emphasize some of the previous points quickly, but it's always good to have YouTube under control. As I mentioned, it's the #1 music search engine in the world. Okay, so the first one's the vanity URL. So there's a bit bigger version of what I was talking about. Vanity URL, youtube.com/user/your band's name. Make sure that is spelt correctly, because you only get one shot at that. And Google, being an absolutely enormous company, they're not really going to be too receptive to you writing them an email asking them to give you another chance. They're just too busy for that. Just get it right the first time. Use keyword-rich video titles. We talked about that. Include your website address in the description. Time mark your videos. That can be included in that. Fill out your YouTube meta tags. That was just a reminder to get those tags if you're of genre and gear choices and names of the bands if you happen to be doing a cover on there. I mean, I've mentioned covers a few times. They're just very, very powerful on YouTube for driving traffic, so more bands do those than maybe previously in the past. Respond to positive comments, interact with those people as much as you can, engage the people that are being positive and supportive, and be nice yet firm with trolls. So you don't want them on there harassing your actual fans, just causing trouble. And choose the most eye-catching thumbnail. Rightio, so that's the YouTube module. This module on social media is going to be broken up into several parts. So I'll see you in 9.1.2, which is going to be why Twitter for bands. Okay, see you later.